So for some time now, I wanted to get my lineage checked. Some people say, what's the point? Because I already know where I'm from. I already know what ethnicity my parents are from, and so on and so forth, which is true. But I always felt like, why not get a more detailed explanation as to my own lineage? So last Christmas, I came across a few offers with Ancestry.com. So I thought, why not? Let's give it a try, and let's check and see where I'm truly from. Before I get into it, man, let me just tell you about the procedure, because I think a lot of you are in the same boat where you think it's a long procedure, or it's super expensive, or it takes a super long time, or it's inconsistent. Well, I just initially downloaded the app, and then I made the purchase within the app. I believe it was around 60 to 70 pounds plus postage. So you pay for the product. The offer I was talking about, I got a subscription up until about March, right? So that means I get the premium benefits within the app. But in terms of the process, as soon as you pay, you receive the product within a week, and the product contains everything that you will need. So the apparatus for extracting your DNA, as well as the return postage, right? So everything is involved. It's very stress-free, no hassle. And with the package, you have a special code that you can link into your app, and so thereby you'll get tracking off notifications, knowing when your DNA has been received, and just being kept up to date with your package. So I find the app to be very good. There's one particular feature that I like very much, where you can create your own family tree. Sometimes the search function will try to seek out similarly related people, right? Which is kind of weird, because you might get random people asking if you'd like to understand how we're related. A few cons with this service though is that the time it took for them to receive my parcel was about 6 weeks, which I felt was a tad bit long. There are some people who somewhat fear what they may use your DNA for. For me, I just think that there's easier ways to get my DNA if anyone wanted to use it for nefarious reasons. So for that didn't really affect me, but it could affect people out there who might feel a bit like the service is a bit insincere. It might be, hiding dubious reasons as to taking your DNA, but hey, it is what it is. So let's go into the results, and I'll start from the least estimated point of origin to the most, okay? So in third place, the third estimation of my origin is Malian, the northwestern African country, at 1%, so very minimal. Now, the good thing about this app is it also tells you which parent, where you get certain DNA strands from, right? So parent 1, parent 2, right? At 1%, I'm not really too fussed about that. It's not really significant. Again, there's many reasons why that could be. Migration, Mali, Nigeria, Niger, linked by the river Niger, right? So a lot of trade going up and down that river. I believe on my father's side, there were some Sudanic or Sahel type people, people coming from like northeastern Nigeria, but I didn't really pay too much attention to it. On my father's side, we typically look very dark, slim, tall, right? Very slim build, and that always makes me think that it's a Sahel or Sahara type adaptation. But in second place, at 5%, we got Benin and Togo, which is a very, I think is a quiet, good guess. Of course, my parents being Nigerian, Benin and Togo are neighbor countries to Nigeria. And also, fun fact, the extents of the Yoruba kingdoms extended into Benin and Togo. So there are still many Yoruba speakers in Benin and in Togo. So, it goes without saying. But at the very top, the number one estimation at 94% is, of course, Nigeria. Right, so I'm 94% Nigerian. And probably 99% if you think about the location of Benin and Togo. It's basically saying that I'm 99% from that region of West Africa, which for me, it wasn't a surprise. I'm happy that I could underline what I already knew and what I already thought. The good thing about this app as well is when you click into these estimates, it tells you a bit about these regions, so it tells me about Mali, right? And it also tells you about the land. It says it's the land of empires. So we all know about the historical Mali. We know about ancient Ghana, Mali, and the Songhai. Nigeria, it's telling us about the past kingdoms. It tells us about the Nok civilization, which arose in that region. What did I ideally want from this app? To be honest with you, I just wanted it to be confirmed that I'm wholly from West Africa. And you know, I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but I felt that it would have been hard to accept if I had European heritage, right? Because for me, that would mean that there was slavery involved in my lineage and my family, right? Which, it's not about arrogance or a feeling of importance. It's just more, I guess, something that you have to deal with mentally, right? That this was your reality, this was the situation, this is where you came from, right? But all in all, I'm content with the results. I think it aligns with everything that I've always known about my families. I think my facial features perfectly match the people from that region, right? My shade of tone also perfectly match the people from that region. One major important attribute of knowing our heritage is that these diseases, for example, it allows us to preempt certain diseases that are prone to people from certain regions, right? So for example, if it comes to things like diabetes or maybe even prostate cancer, I can perhaps figure out a lifestyle, work out a lifestyle that might be anti-cancer, right? Or have a diet that is low in sugar. Is it worth it? I'd say yes it is. You know, I'll definitely recommend you go and get it done if you haven't done it, or if you're unsure of your lineage and heritage. Again, it's just nice to get these confirmations. But what do you think? The results that I got, does it suit me? Do you think that's what I am? You know, as a Nigerian of Yoruba descent, do you have a similar heritage? Let us know your heritage in the chat box below, and like the video if you found it enjoyable. For now, it's FalconBlizZACK out. Peace.